the super middleweight division. 12 stone 3, Red Johnson, 12 stone 5, Aleksandrov. He traverses up and down the weights a little bit to go in search of as many fights as he can.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now have 4 rounds of boxing in the super middleweight division. Your referee, Michael Alexander, is in the ring. Your timekeeper, Peter Humphrey, is at the bell. The boxers are in their corner, and there's no place to hide. Boxing out of the blue corner in the red shorts, weighing in at 12 stone, 5 pounds and 6 ounces, making his 69th appearance in the ring tonight. From Bulgaria, please welcome Konstaintin Aleksandrov. And boxing out of the red corner in the beige and black shorts, weighing in at 12 stone, 3 pounds and 6 ounces, making his debut in the ring tonight. From the Steel City, right here in Sheffield, Yorkshire, please welcome Red Johnson!
Let's be clear about it, as you alluded to at the beginning there, Andy. You have to be a very, very good fighter to get anywhere near stopping Aleksandrov. It's only very good fighters to do it. The likes of Linus Udofi, as you said. It's not something that many fighters do. And fighting Aleksandrov is not something that many fighters would do on their debut.
No, that's fair. This is a good opponent for a debut. I was saying exactly that to Johnson when I spoke to him yesterday. Trained by Regan Denton. Those two have known each other for a long time. Adam Etch is in the corner over on that far side as well. I noticed he was a big ticket seller in Sheffield back in the day. Him and Scott Jenkins, I remember just packing out the Ponds Forge by themselves when they were novice professionals. That's what you need to do. It's so important to be able to shift tickets, and we could see from the reception he got that Johnson is capable of doing that. Decent amateur career, 40 fights, about 25 wins, won plenty of regional titles. He was just about to turn professional when COVID hit. So again, one of many fighters whose plans were put on hold, but he's certainly in very, very good shape. Just looking off the back foot there, slight slip that I think from Aleksandrov. His balance went a little bit, but I don't think it was from the weight of the punch necessarily.
Johnson slips very naturally in and out of southpaw. I think, as you were saying about his delayed professional debut, he acknowledges himself that may have been a blessing almost, in that he's matured physically, mentally. He's maybe a different fighter than what he would have been if he'd debuted pre-COVID. And so it's interesting to see. He's controlling this very well, given the expectation of having all these fans in the building for him, given that Aleksandrov is certainly no pushover as a debut opponent. He's boxing really nicely here, Johnson. Some lovely right hand into the body, set up by the double jab to up top.
Just tapped upstairs, didn't he?
Yeah.
The elbow lifted, and then he went down to the body with the right hand. He's very composed.
He's a tall super middleweight, isn't he?
He is. He's nice and relaxed. He's having a look in this opening round, which is exactly the right thing to do. He's winning the round comfortably, but he's not let his hands go too much, and he'll just be storing what he's seen. People call it downloading data these days. I prefer to call it having a look, because that's in fact what it is.
Again, he's switching to southpaw here to end this first round, but he does it very naturally. It doesn't feel like a forced effort, which is quite unusual for somebody early on in their professional career. Quite often it almost feels like you're forcing the issue too much.
Again, just a quick change of feet. Final 20 seconds of round one.
Bobbed well there, Johnson, just to get the shot off. He waited for the moment to do so. Quick 1-2-3 through the middle. All blocked, I think, off the gloves of Aleksandrov, but quick hands.
Took his feet in, got a little bit tighter. That second combination, he threw the uppercut in there, and that kind of half got through. So a few things have worked in there. He's had a good look, and rounds 2, 3, and 4, I think will be interesting as we see him maybe just ramp things up bit by bit, but that was a nice, intelligent, composed first round in the pro ring there for Johnson.
Was that where the legs went of Aleksandrov?
He had a little stumble at one point. I think it was the front feet clashing more than him being hurt in any way.
Johnson looks nice and fresh. That's good to see. Far too often you see debutants go out there and blow themselves out after one round. Johnson stood in the corner, just getting a bit of refreshment on board. It'd be nice to see him come out at the same pace for the second round.
This is the final fight of the night, and a good night it's been too. We've had 4 good fights so far, and I think this will be an interesting watch through these second, third and fourth rounds, if indeed we get that far. Aleksandrov's record would make you suspect that we will, but everybody has stayed to the end here. It's been well supported, very well attended, good atmosphere. It is red hot inside this dining room. So up in the ring under the lights, it will be a few degrees hotter even than it is for everybody else. Just touching with that right hand there, then just took the feet in a little bit closer, looks for that right hand to the body there, Johnson.
Got the right hand over the top of the Aleksandrov left hand there. Aleksandrov holds that left hand very high up to the temple. Johnson had to squeeze it over the top so it almost goes just above the ear. But he got one through. It was a good shot.
Got that stand split quite wide, Johnson, which gives you a good solid base to punch off, but not so wide that it makes him immobile. Looked to try and switch there, then changed his mind.
I'd like to see Johnson just go for the body a little bit, just tapping maybe the lead hand into the body. Just look to bring those gloves down of Aleksandrov because they're so high up around the temple. There's nothing to aim for up top for Johnson.
He does a pretty good job of covering up, doesn't he, actually, because he just leans forward a little bit and those elbows and forearms are protecting the body. He just dips that chin down and the gloves are pretty much protecting the head. I just wonder whether maybe one of those body shots earlier in the round might have just stung him a bit, because he's really not done anything in this round at all, has he?
No, he hasn't. He's shown no ambition so far, Aleksandrov, and he's got that guard so tight.
There's that right to the body again there from Johnson. And I think this is one of those situations where Aleksandrov, being the very experienced guy that he is, has had a look at Johnson himself in that opening round and the first half of the second. And he doesn't fancy being too expansive here.
No.
Sometimes away corner fighters, if they receive some encouragement, will look to have a go and get that elusive W. If they don't feel that it's on, then they'll do what he's doing here, which is really
He's just
cover up
difficult,
and look to get through.
Yeah, he's not giving him anything. He's making Johnson earn every landed shot that he's getting. Good left uppercut by Johnson.
Well
Caught
timed.
him in.
Alexandrov came forward, just took his feet out and clipped him on the way in. No great power on it, but again, some good boxing as we head up to the halfway point of this one, scheduled for 4. So that was kind of the view from the blue corner there. Aleksandrov staying on his feet in between rounds, as is Johnson. That's Regan Denton.
I don't think Aleksandrov's in any great peril, is he, really, in the fight? But I think that's also due to the fact that he realises should he open up, he could become in great peril. So it's almost a case of getting through the fight rather than doing too much himself, which I think is a testament to the fact Johnson is a quality prospect.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happened, isn't it? He's very experienced, Aleksandrov, and these away corner fighters, they will know almost at the end of the first minute, really, whether this is going to be one of the ones that they're going to go after and try and win, or whether it's going to be one where discretion is the better part of valour, and they will need to just cover up, make sure they don't take too much, and pick up their purse at the end of the night and go on their merry way, which is how they earn a living.
There's still that great energy in the room. People up on their feet all around in the room, surrounding the ring.
Again, just touching with the jab, turns orthodox. There's that right to the body. Just flexes those knees, looking to try and drop his height to touch there. Johnson, he's doing everything at his own pace here, so he's in control, and he looks nice and relaxed. And this really, as a pro debut for him, is kind of a spar in match conditions, if you like.
I think it's perfect, isn't it? Because it's actually a little bit awkward with the heat of the room. There's a lot of expectation with the number of tickets, but the opponent is brilliantly matched for him. Straight back into southpaw as well. We've seen him switch so often through this, but he's very, very good at it.
He's hardly taken a single shot. I don't really remember him taking one clean so far. A couple might have got through half blocked or parried. Left to the body there, just as I say that, from Aleksandrov, was probably the cleanest punch he's landed so far tonight into the final minute.
He came through Barnsley Star Amateur Gym, Red Johnson. I know a couple of people from around there who speak very, very highly of him, have high expectations. Aleksandrov doing a bit of showmanship, inviting in Johnson. I don't think Johnson's that daft that he would take the bait that quickly, but it's good to see. It's good to keep the crowd entertained and lifts that energy once again.
Well, that's what somebody like Aleksandrov does, isn't it? You do anything you can almost to try and break your opponent's rhythm and concentration. His defences have been good. At no point has he looked hurt. At no point has he looked hurt. Nice jab there from Johnson, just snapping that one up from the waist. He's very much enjoying this. Throws the combination, switches feet again quickly.
Good hands.
And just winding up for that big bolo maybe. Sets his feet and cracks in the 1-2.
That little acknowledgement from the two of them at the end of that round. That, yeah, well done to both of you.
So one more to go. One more round remaining.
They're both enjoying this, I think, in their own different ways. A nice shot over the shoulder there of Aleksandrov. Bit of playing about by Aleksandrov. An acknowledgement from the two of them.
You want to be careful offering to touch gloves in the middle of a round, though. He didn't need to do that, Johnson. He doesn't need to accept that gesture. He could have stepped in and walloped him there, and he could have had no complaints at all, Konstaintin Aleksandrov. But Red Johnson deciding that wouldn't have been in the spirit of his professional debut. These two touch gloves at the start of the fourth and final round. Again, this has been a good fight to watch. Aleksandrov has covered up well. He's not really let too much through. Johnson has dictated terms from the beginning, and I think we'll just probably look to put his foot down in this fourth and final round and just see if maybe he can see some kind of sign that he might be able to really hurt Aleksandrov. But as you said right at the very start, Martin, 4 rounds to get this guy out of here. Very few people have done that.
Yeah. And you can see exactly why as well, can't you? That's a lovely combination there, a lovely combination by Red Johnson. What I like is he's not loading up on shots. He's not putting everything into shots. He's just letting his hands go and creating fluid combinations. Let the damage come with the volume rather than looking for the one-punch damage. As I say that, he throws a very big lead hook.
Leads off with a big, wide, scything right hook, which didn't land. But now just back back to reverting to type almost. And again, just touching, he's hitting gloves there. He's
very wide stance it has got Johnson.
And that gives you that base to punch off. Just touching with the lead hand there. It was the right hand, and then he switched stance and followed it with the left. The temptation here, and what you do see debutants do sometimes, is that they will furiously beat up gloves for 4 rounds. But he's always been looking for a way through. And the right hand there did get through off the back of the jab.
Quick flurry. Just flicks that backhand out, doesn't he, Johnson, when he goes into southpaw? Just flicks the left hand through.
Into the final minute. And he's not really loaded up on anything. He's just let the punches go. He's just let them flow. Little step off to the right-hand side there and through the left hand straight down the middle. Slight change of angle, and it just saw that left kind of ricochet through. These two, I think, as you said before, enjoying this. Aleksandrov could see that Johnson's a good fighter. Johnson could see that Aleksandrov is a canny, crafty old fox, and that's why he's got the record he's got.
Skilled at what he does.
Absolutely.
I think Johnson could have maybe thrown a few more shots straight through the middle into the body. There's a little gap there that he hasn't really exploited, but an impressive debut by Johnson. I've enjoyed watching him.
Me too, I've enjoyed every fight so far tonight. A little shuffle there from the pair of them. Bell goes, a hug between the two. And again, that's 4 good rounds in the bank there for Red Johnson. We said at the very start that Konstaintin Aleksandrov is a good choice of opponent for a professional debut. In some ways, quite an ambitious choice of opponent for a pro debut. He doesn't win many, that's true to say, but Johnson has taken a proper fight there in many respects for his first outing. He's very much enjoyed it. He looked nice and calm. He didn't feel the pressure of having sold all these tickets and waiting to come on last. That's a good performance.
Yeah, very much so. Really enjoyed it. You can see there by Johnson, targeted the body, that right hand round the guard, then back up top, and took the step back just to give himself the space. A composed performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of boxing, your referee, Michael Alexander, scores about 40-36 in favour of your winner. Boxing out of the red corner, it's Red Johnson!
So Red Johnson goes 1-0 after a long-awaited professional debut, 40 points to 36, so 4 rounds to 0 on the referee's scorecard. It really couldn't have been anything else. And he will go round the ring now and just salute the away corner, everybody else, and also all of those fans who have bought those tickets. He sold 150, 160 tickets, and that is hard work. Trust me, that is hard work. But if you can build that fan base, start small, start local, and just take it from there, then that really is how you can make yourself very attractive to promoters, to TV, to everybody else.